What if I told you that repeating a single sentence, just one sentence, 100 times, could change the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you live? Would you be willing to try it? Would you dare to give it a shot? Most people wake up each day and unknowingly repeat the same silent phrases in their minds. I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. I'm too tired. Life is too difficult. And they wonder why they feel stuck. But today I want you to break that cycle. I want you to hold on to something so powerful that it could shake the very foundation of your life. And I'm going to give it to you 100 times. That's all I'm asking. 100 times. That's all you have to do. Say something. But some of you will walk away without giving it a try. Some of you will hear these words, nod your head, and then immediately go back to speaking the same old things that have kept you down for years. But there are a few, just a few, who will take this seriously. And those few will experience a transformation so powerful that nothing in this world will ever stop them again. You see, most people don't even realize what's controlling their lives. They think it's circumstances, bad luck, or the way they were raised. They think it's their job, their past, their education, or the lack of it. But it's not. The thing that is controlling your life right now at this very moment is the words you speak. It's the things you tell yourself when no one is around. The things you whisper in your mind when you wake up in the morning. When you look at yourself in the mirror. When you face a challenge. When you fail and when you succeed. Some of you have been repeating words that are destroying you. You say, I'm tired, and you wonder why you have no energy. You say, I'll never make it, and you wonder why doors keep closing in your face. You say, I'm just not that smart, and you wonder why you can't seem to figure things out. The words you speak become the chains that bind you, and every single day you tighten those chains without even realizing it. But there's a secret, a truth that will set you free if you dare to believe it. The same words that have been holding you back can also be the key to your breakthrough. The same words you've used to build a prison around yourself can be the very tools you use to tear down those walls and step into the life you were always meant to live. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to make you feel good for a few minutes. I'm here to wake you up, to shake you by the shoulders and tell you that if you don't take control of the words you speak, your life will never change. You'll wake up 5 years from now, 10 years from now, still stuck, still struggling, still wondering why nothing ever goes your way. But today, right now, this very moment, you, yes, you, have a choice. You can keep repeating the same words that have been dragging you down, or you can make the decision to speak life, to speak power, to speak strength, victory, and unstoppable confidence into your existence. And you don't have to do it just once or twice and hope for the best. No, you've been speaking the wrong things for years, maybe decades. It's time to fight back with everything you've got. I want you to say something, and I don't want you to say it just once. I don't want you to say it twice. I want you to say it 100 times, because repetition is power. Repetition breaks through barriers of doubt and fear. Repetition takes something from being just words and transforms it into truth. A truth so deep, so unshakable that no challenge, no failure, no struggle can erase it. 100 times. That's all I'm asking. 100 times to declare who you really are. 100 times to drown out the negativity that has been lying to you for far too long. 100 times to rewire your mind, reshape your future, and rewrite the story of your life. You can walk away from this moment and continue living as you always have. You can ignore this, let it pass by like another motivational message that feels good for a few seconds but changes nothing. Or you can rise up. You can stand firm, look at yourself in the mirror, and start speaking the words that will set you free. You have a voice. Use it. You have the power to shape your destiny. Speak it into existence. Say it loud, say it strong, and say it 100 times. Not because I told you to, but because your future, your dreams, your very life depend on it. Words have power. More power than you realize. The words you speak are shaping your life right now, whether you know it or not. They're either building you up or tearing you down. They're either making you stronger or weaker. They're either pulling you toward success or pushing you toward failure. And the most dangerous part? Most people don't even realize it. They go through life speaking words without thought, without purpose, without understanding the immense force behind them. They say things like, I can't do this. I'll never be good enough. This is just how things are for me. And then wonder why nothing ever changes. They wonder why life feels heavy, why every step forward feels like a battle, and why every dream they've ever had seems just out of reach. But the truth is, the battle isn't out there, it's right here, in the words you speak, in the thoughts you think, and in the beliefs you hold about yourself. Some of you have been losing this battle for far too long. Some of you have been trapped not because you aren't capable, not because you don't have potential, but because you've been speaking the wrong words over your life. Every time you say, "I can't do it," you build a wall. Every time you say, "I'm not good enough," you tighten the chains around you. Every time you say, "I'll never make it," you step deeper into a prison of your own making. And the worst part? You don't even realize it. You don't even see how the very words coming out of your mouth have been shaping your reality. But here's the good news. You can change the harvest. You can rip out those weeds of doubt and fear and plant something new. But it's not enough to do it just once. You can't just say, "I am strong" one time and expect your entire life to change. No, you have to say it again and again, over and over, until it becomes a part of who you are. You have to declare it with every ounce of belief inside of you. And when you do this, when you speak your strength, when you speak your victory, when you speak your future, your entire world will begin to change. You have to say it 100 times, because repetition turns words into reality. Look at the people who have changed the world. The people who rose from nothing to greatness. The ones who overcame impossible odds. Do you think they got there by accident? Do you think they stumbled into success? No! They spoke it before it ever happened. They declared victory when they had nothing. They spoke strength when they were weak. They spoke confidence when no one believed in them. And they did it over and over again until their words became their reality. But most people won't do it. Most people will hear this and say, "That's too simple. That's too easy. Just saying something won't change my life." And that's exactly why they stay stuck where they are. They don't understand the power they already hold. Let me ask you something. If I told you that saying something 100 times a day could change your future, could rewrite your story, could break every chain holding you back, would you do it? Would you take that challenge? Or would you let doubt creep in and say, "That won't work for me"? Because let me tell you something. It does work. It has worked for generations. It has worked for the strong, the successful, the unstoppable. And it will work for you, but only if you're willing to take action. Only if you're willing to say it again and again until those words become your foundation. Some of you have spent years listening to the wrong words. You've let the opinions of others shape your mind. You've let the voice of negativity take root in your soul. And now it's time to fight back. It's time to take control. It's time to speak words that bring life, that bring power, that pull you out of the pit and set your feet on solid ground. But it won't happen if you stay silent. It won't happen if you let doubt win. It won't happen if you walk away from this moment and do nothing. You have to speak. You have to declare, you have to take hold of the words that will change your future and say them with everything inside of you 100 times. There's a battle happening right now. It's not in the world around you. It's not in your job, your family, or your circumstances. It's happening inside your mind. It's happening in your thoughts, in your words, and in the beliefs you hold about yourself. Some of you have been losing this battle for far too long. Some of you have been trapped, not because you lack ability, but because you've been speaking the wrong words over your life. Every time you say, "I can't do it," you build a wall. Every time you say, "I'm not good enough," you tighten the chains around you. Every time you say, "I'll never make it," you step deeper into a prison of your own making. But today, you can choose to break free. Speak the words that will change everything. Speak life, speak victory, speak your future into existence. Recognize that the limitations you feel, the fears you battle, and the struggles you face, so many of them have been fueled by the things you have been speaking. But today something is changing. Today something is shifting, because today you are going to open your mouth and speak something new. You are going to take control of the words that have been controlling you. You are going to stop speaking weakness and start speaking strength. Stop speaking failure and start speaking victory. Stop speaking fear and start speaking courage. Because the moment you change your words, you change your mind. And the moment you change your mind, you change your future. Some of you have been living under the weight of words spoken over you by others. Words that told you you'd never be anything. Words that told you you weren't smart enough, strong enough, talented enough. And without even realizing it, you took those words and made them your own. You repeated them, believed them, let them sink deep into your soul. And now, every time you face a challenge, those words come back like a voice whispering in the back of your mind, telling you to give up, telling you it's not worth trying, telling you that you're just not the kind of person who succeeds. But that voice is a liar. That voice is not your future. That voice is not your destiny. And the only way to silence it is to drown it out with something greater. The only way to break free from those old words is to speak new ones, louder, stronger, over and over again, until they are the only thing you hear. You have a decision to make. Will you continue to speak the words that have been keeping you down, or will you rise up and declare something different? Will you let the past keep writing your future, or will you take hold of the power that is already inside you and use it to create something new? Because let me tell you something, nothing will change until you change your words. Nothing will shift until you open your mouth and start declaring the truth about who you are. Not the lies you've believed, not the doubts that have held you back, but the truth. The truth that you are strong. The truth that you are capable. The truth that you have everything inside of you to break free, to rise up, to step into the life you were meant to live. But you can't just say it once and expect everything to be different. No, you have to say it again and again and again. You have to say it when you wake up in the morning. You have to say it when fear tries to creep in. You have to say it when the voice of doubt whispers in your ear. You have to say it when you feel tired, when you feel weak, when you feel like giving up. You have to say it until you believe it. You have to say it until it becomes the foundation you stand on. You have to say it until there is no room left for doubt, no space left for fear, no chance for failure. And that's why I'm telling you, say it 100 times. Not because it's a magic formula, not because the number itself matters, but because repetition is what breaks down strongholds. Repetition is what rewires your mind. Repetition is what takes an idea and turns it into a belief. Takes a belief and turns it into a conviction. Takes a conviction and turns it into an unstoppable force that nothing in this world can shake. Most people won't do this. Most people will hear these words and go right back to speaking the same things they've always spoken. Right back to, I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I'll never be more than this. But I believe there are some of you listening right now who are ready. Some of you who are tired of being stuck, tired of feeling trapped, tired of living below the potential that is inside of you. Some of you are ready to take control, ready to break free, ready to step into something greater. And if that's you, then this is your moment. Right here, right now, open your mouth. Take these words and say them. Say them loud. Say them strong. Say them 100 times until they take root, until they grow, until they become the very thing that drives you forward, because your future depends on it. Your dreams depend on it. Your destiny depends on it. There is something powerful about the human voice. It is not just sound. It is not just noise. It is the very expression of who you are, the declaration of your purpose, the force that shapes your reality. And yet so many people go through life never realizing the power they carry within their own words. They speak without thinking. They repeat the same old phrases they've heard all their lives. They let their circumstances dictate their language instead of using their language to change their circumstances. And because of that, they stay trapped in the same cycles, bound by the very words they speak. But I am here to tell you that the words you choose to say are not just expressions of how you feel in the moment. They are seeds you are planting for your future. Every single word you speak is doing something. It is either building you up or tearing you down. It is either strengthening your resolve or weakening your spirit. It is either pushing you forward or pulling you backward. You cannot speak words of defeat and expect to live a victorious life. You cannot fill your mouth with doubt and expect to walk in confidence. You cannot keep saying, I can't, I won't, I'm not good enough, and then wonder why you feel powerless. Some of you have been repeating the wrong words for years, maybe even decades. You have told yourself you are not capable, that you are not worthy, that you are not meant for anything great, and after saying it for so long, you have come to believe it. It has become part of who you are. But let me tell you something. Just because you have spoken something for years does not mean it is true. Just because you have believed something your whole life does not mean it is right. The only reason those words feel real is because you have given them power. And if you have the power to speak yourself into defeat, then you have the power to speak yourself into victory. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep speaking the same words that have held you back, or you can make a decision right here, right now, to change the script. To stop using your voice to keep yourself down and start using it to lift yourself up, to stop repeating the lies that have kept you bound and start declaring the truth that will set you free. And the way you do that is by speaking the words of strength, the power of confidence, not just once, not just twice, but over and over again until they take root inside of you and become the foundation you stand on. Some people think words don't matter. They think all that matters is action. And yes, action is important. But action always begins with belief, and belief is shaped by the words you speak. If you don't believe you are strong, you won't act with strength. If you don't believe you are capable, you won't step forward with confidence. If you don't believe you are worthy, you will settle for less than you were meant for. But the moment you change your words, something shifts inside of you. The moment you begin to say, I am strong, I am capable, I am more than enough, something comes alive in you that no circumstance, no failure, no opposition can take away. But you can't just say it once and expect your entire life to change. You can't just whisper it under your breath one morning and think everything will suddenly be different. No, you have to declare it. You have to repeat it. You have to drive those words so deep into your soul that there is no room left for doubt, no space left for fear, no chance for failure. You have to say it 100 times if that's what it takes. You have to say it when you feel strong and when you feel weak. You have to say it when life is going well and when everything seems to be falling apart. You have to say it until it becomes your reality. There are some people who will hear this and ignore it. They will hear the challenge and walk away unchanged. They will keep speaking the same words, keep believing the same things, keep living the same life. But there are others, maybe just a few, who will take this seriously, who will understand that words are not just sounds, they are power, who will realize that their future is being shaped by the words they speak today. And those few, they will be the ones who rise up. They will be the ones who step into strength, into purpose, into victory. I don't know what words have been spoken over your life. I don't know what you have been telling yourself all these years, but I do know this. You have the power to change it. You have the power to open your mouth and speak words that will shift your reality. You have the power to take hold of your future by taking control of the words you say today. And if you are willing to do that, if you are willing to make the choice to speak words of strength, of power, of confidence, not just once, not just twice, but 100 times, then there is nothing in this world that can stop you. There is something happening in your life right now, whether you see it or not. Every single day, you are shaping your future. You are setting the path for where you're going is not by chance, not by luck, but by the beliefs you choose to embrace and the words you decide to speak. Some of you don't even grasp the impact of the words leaving your mouth. You don't realize that each time you say, I can't do this, you are creating a barrier. Every time you say, I'm not strong enough, you are restricting yourself. Every time you say, I'll never make it, you are standing in your own way, preventing your own success. But here's the truth. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to live another day speaking words that hold you back. You don't have to keep repeating the same things that have kept you small, kept you afraid, and prevented you from stepping into the greatness that awaits you. Because there is something powerful inside you, something greater than your past, stronger than your failures, and more resilient than anything that has ever tried to break you. It's time to let that power rise. Some of you have lived far too long under the weight of words that were never meant for you. Maybe it was something someone told you when you were younger. Maybe it was a label the world placed on you. Or maybe it was a voice inside your own head telling you that you don't have what it takes. And you believed it. You repeated it. You let it take root in your heart, and now when you look at your life, you see the evidence of those words everywhere. Fear where there should be confidence. Doubt where there should be faith. Defeat where there should be victory. But listen to me. You do not have to accept those words as your truth. You don't have to let them define you for another day, because just as words can break you, they can also build you. Just as words can bind you, they can free you. And today, right now, you have the power to speak a new word over your life. You have the power to say, I am strong. I am capable. I am more than enough. You can declare, I will not be held back. I will not be defeated. I will not let the words of my past shape the direction of my future. If you speak it, if you believe it, if you say it over and over again until it takes root in your spirit, there is nothing that can stop you. But you have to make the choice, because the words you speak are shaping your reality, whether you're aware of it or not. They are either lifting you up or pulling you down. They are either pushing you forward or keeping you stuck. Some of you have spent years unknowingly reinforcing your own limit. Every time you spoke weakness, you became weaker. Every time you spoke fear, you became more afraid. Every time you spoke doubt, you made it harder to believe in yourself. But now, it's time to reverse that process. It's time to embrace a new truth and speak it until it becomes the foundation beneath your feet, not just once, not just twice, but over and over again, hundreds of times if that's what it takes, until it is so deeply ingrained in your soul that no fear, no doubt, no failure can ever erase it. Some people will hear this and think it's too simple. Just saying words will change your life. But that's precisely why they stay where they are. They don't understand that their words aren't just sounds. Their words are energy. Their words are power. Their words are creating something every time they speak. The people who rise, the people who break through, the people who conquer impossible odds understand this. They don't speak according to what they see. They speak according to what they believe. They don't speak based on their circumstances. They speak based on their destiny. And they don't just say it once and hope for the best. No, they declare it over and over until the world has no choice but to bend to the reality of their words. That's what you must do if you want to break free from the chains of your past, if you want to step into something greater, if you want to unleash the full power of your potential. You must speak it. You must declare it. You must take hold of the truth about who you are and speak it with everything inside of you. Not just once, not just twice, but 100 times, until the only voice left inside of you is the one that says, yes, I can, yes, I will, yes, I am ready to step into the future that awaits me. There comes a moment in life when you have to decide who you are going to be, not based on where you've been, not based on what others have said about you, not based on the mistakes you've made or the struggles you've faced, but based on the power that is inside of you right now. Because let me tell you something, you are not powerless. You are not weak. You are not a victim of your past or your circumstance. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you've ever imagined. And the moment you begin to speak that truth over your life, everything will start to change. Some of you have been waiting for a breakthrough, waiting for a shift, waiting for something to finally go your way. But here's the truth. You don't need to wait for anything. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need the perfect circumstances to fall into place before you start believing in yourself. The power to change your life is already within you. It's not somewhere out there in the future, and it's not in someone else's hands. It's within you right now, and the key to unlocking it is in the words you speak. If you want to see change, you have to speak change. If you want to see strength, you have to speak strength. If you want to see victory, you have to speak victory, not just when things are going well, not just when you feel motivated, but every single day, over and over, until your words become so strong, so unshakable, that nothing in this world can move you. Some of you have been speaking words of defeat for too long. You've been telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't have what it takes. And each time you say those words, you dig yourself deeper into a hole. Every time you repeat those words, you make it harder to climb out. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay there. You'll have to keep repeating the words that have been holding you back. Right now, you can make a new choice to speak something different, because the words you speak today are shaping the person you will become tomorrow. If you want to become someone stronger, bolder, unstoppable, you need to start speaking like that person right now. Not later, not when you feel ready, but right now. You must take the words of weakness and replace them with words of power. You must take the words of doubt and replace them with words of confidence. You must take the words of fear and replace them with words of courage. And you can't just say it once. You can't just mutter it under your breath and expect everything to change. No, you have to declare it. You have to repeat it. You have to say it over and over again, 100 times if that's what it takes, until those words are so deep inside of you that no fear, no doubt, no struggle can ever take them away. I know some of you are thinking, but what if I don't believe it yet? What if I don't feel strong? What if I don't feel capable? And that's exactly why you need to say it. Because your words have the power to shape what you believe. Your words have the power to turn doubt into faith, fear into courage, weakness into strength. You don't wait until you feel strong to say, I am strong. You say it first, and then strength will follow. You don't wait until you feel confident to say, I am confident. You declare it first, and then confidence will rise inside of you. Your words are not just sounds, they are a force. They move you, they shape you, they create the reality you will step into. Some people will never understand this. Some people will go through their entire lives speaking words of limitation, words of defeat, words that keep them stuck. And they will wonder why nothing ever changes. They will wonder why they never reach their full potential. But you don't have to be one of them. You don't have to accept that kind of life. You can rise up. You can take control. You can decide right now that from this moment on, the only words that will come out of your mouth are words that build you, words that empower you, words that move you toward the future you were meant to live. And when you do that, something will shift. It won't happen all at once. It won't always be easy. But if you keep speaking it, if you keep declaring it, if you keep repeating it, one day you will wake up and realize that the person you've become is the person you've always wanted to be. Strong, confident, unstoppable. Because the words you've been speaking have built you into exactly that. You've heard the words, you've felt the power behind them, and now the choice is yours. At the end of the day, no one else can speak for you. No one else can shape your destiny. No one else can declare your strength, your purpose, your victory. Only you can do that. Some will walk away from this moment unchanged. They will hear these words, nod their heads, and go right back to speaking the same things that have kept them bound. But there will be others, just a few, who will decide to speak differently from now on, who will choose to rise above their circumstances, who will step into the future they've always dreamed of. Will you be one of them? There are a few individuals who will take this challenge with the seriousness it deserves, who will truly understand that their future is being shaped one word at a time. These are the ones who will rise and declare, I will no longer allow doubt to hold me back. I will no longer let fear control my actions. I will no longer let my past determine who I am. From this day forward, I will speak strength. I will speak power. I will speak victory. And if that's what it takes, they will say it again and again, hundreds of times, until those words become the very foundation of their being. And when that happens, When those words sink deep and become unshakable, there will be nothing that can stop them. Not their past, not their failures, not their circumstances, because they will have built themselves into someone who cannot be broken, someone who cannot be defeated, someone who walks through life with a deep sense of confidence, knowing they have the power to shape their own future. So I challenge you once more. What will you speak? What will you declare? What will you choose to say? Not just once or twice, but again and again, until it becomes the truth you live by. Understand this. Your words are creating something right now, right at this very moment. So make sure that what they are creating is the life you were always meant to live.